Okay, we are live. Please switch to my terminal. Okay, so welcome back, everyone. Let me just quickly mute. Where is it? Okay, cool. Yeah, I just monitor my streams on both Twitch and YouTube, and for some reason I forgot to to mute myself there, to mute videos. Okay, cool. So today we are we're doing the front end part of the uh, operational transform algorithm that we wrote last time. And last time we finalized the algorithm itself. So today is the day we start implementing it on the front end. So for that, we needed a WebSocket server, which we tried to set up the last time, and I was using Socket.io to do that. Um, it didn't work out. I don't know why, and for some reason, Socket.io just don't want to be friends with me. So I just rewrote it with native WebSockets, and also used WS plugin module on the server. So yeah, now it works. And let's um, let's start doing that. Okay, let me switch to my screen here. Okay, nice. Okay, so let's go to the browser. And that's basically what we ended up last time. It's just two basic text areas. And the cool thing is that we don't need both. Let me open a terminal. Oh, yeah, right. So we need to also start the um, the WebSocket server. Go back to chat here. Yeah, here we go. Okay, cool. So let me just quickly start the server. And let's see if it works. Yep. Nice. Okay, cool. So I'm not sure if much is a thing. Let's see. Just to make sure that it works correctly. So here we have, don't need that. And we don't need that. Okay, so what else did we have? Yeah, we had an OT client and on connection, client on message console log, emit some OT event. Load. Okay. Now we should see. No, okay, so it's not live. We need to restart the server every time. Hello, open. Interesting. So it doesn't react to messages. if I do this, I just want to make sure that it really live now, and it's not. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't update. Interesting. Actually, run, watch mode. Okay. Okay, so it's watch the other way around, like that. Let's test it out. Yep, now it works. Sweet. Okay, cool. Now we have live server that updates as we go, which is nice. The only thing left is to understand why it doesn't react to messages, which I am not sure yet about. Um, yeah, let's go to let's go here. So event listener open, event listener message. Oh, maybe I should do it. OT event. I haven't worked with WebSockets for a long time, so I'm not sure how, I don't remember how to do that. So we're figuring it out together. Oh, why is here? Okay, and if this socket add event listener, okay, so there's just that. Okay. Oh, okay, so we don't have any logs here. Let's just make sure that works. No, it doesn't receive any events. Which is weird because it should. Okay, so let's also try this. I don't think it will do anything, but let's try. And also, I want to try data. Ah, okay. So we need to do this. And that should do. Okay. So on message, console log here. Okay. Yeah, so let's switch back to here, and we're receiving something. It's a buffer that we need to decode. I don't remember how to work with buffers. Buffer from data, text decoder. Okay, so we need text decoder. Okay, let's see. Yep, works just fine. Cool. So now we have events coming from the client to the server, but we don't have events coming back. So maybe we need to do the same thing. OT event load. Yep, here we go. Now, okay, cool. So emit doesn't work. I gotta check out what emit does actually, because in Socket.io, for example, they're pretty similar, but emit also supports like event message. But here in this case, I guess it's not. Like no, not event message, event name. Yeah, cool. So now we have our thing working. That is cool. We also have this OT thing that we need to send to the client first. So let's do that. So first thing is, let's actually do function send event event OT event data. I think it will be record of string and string or number. No, it should be any because we will be sending arrays of data. So yeah, we don't really know. So at net at the I can't type and I can't talk. Awesome. Yeah, we don't know exactly what the data structure will be at this point, so I will not do um, strict data types for now. So so this is just a helper function that I will use to not write it every time. Actually, we can encapsulate this all into a class that we'll be using somewhere. Like, yeah, let's actually do that. Why don't we OT client server? The interesting part here will be that we will need to handle authentication later. But we can do, yeah, we can just pass the WebSocket thing here, WebSocket server, to the class itself. So it shouldn't be a problem. I don't want to put WebSocket specifics um, into the OT client part. So OT client should be a class. Constructor will be this socket server like that. Is it the same thing actually? Oh, okay. So it's WebSocket server. Okay. Um, I can figure out the imports here. Interesting. That'll do. Okay. And also we need a HTTP incoming message. There's no export member. Okay, so it doesn't work like that. Okay. So let's go back here and I just want to make sure that so it's declare class WebSocket. It doesn't export it. No, it does. Okay, so we need to export WebSocket. Okay. What's going on? Now we're talking. Okay, cool. Now, I guess I will just make this an alias here. So it's a little bit easier to work with. like that. Okay. And now we can grab this guy and say new this guy like that. And we will just get this all thing here, and we'll go here, and we'll just paste it now. So OT will be OT. Okay. Send event will be a separate method. We don't need this argument, and we can use this .ps like that. We also need OT event here. Nice. Interesting. Okay, so we need client, and client is a WebSocket. And after that, we want to here this client. For some reason, it doesn't complain about not having default values for these, for all of this, but it is required by the TypeScript, so I'm not sure why it happened. So let's create add listeners. And here we will just do this. Oh yeah. What's going on with my hands? How? Okay. Now we have most of the things set up. Let's add listeners. Okay, nice. Nice. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to send the first operation of the from here to the client. So exactly on message. Oh, by the way, if we want to use does not exist. Nice. Okay. So, first thing we want to do is to send initial, or not initial, but what's currently in the history. So to do that, we have Um, I don't remember if we implemented the merge function, but we of course have collapse. Technically, we can just dump entire history for now, and process operation. Let's actually do a load function here. So it will be a static function. Um, will be a static method load. It will accept operations like that, and it will initialize with empty document. And we just go for const op of operations. OT process operation. Okay, nice. So this way we can create a new client, create a new OT from a bunch of operations, which we gonna utilize now. So okay. So what's next? Next, we need to go back to here, and we want to get entire history of this document and send it to a newly connected client. So they have entire history of operations made. One optimization we will do is collapsing a history into a single operation. It's basically um, the oh, basically how it works is pretty much the same how we do operations in general. So we have every time we add a new operation, it's a combination of it like it accumulates the changes from every single operation before it. Oh, by the way, it's so dark here. Let me just quickly turn the light on. That's better. Okay, yeah. So um, when we add a new operation, it respects every single operation before it, right? And merging operations will be pretty much the same thing, with the only difference is that it will have only one operation. Apparently, it will be insert at a specific index. And yeah, that's it. So every single, it's like adding it for the very first operation when we load the first first document. Um, we create an operation that inserts something at index 0. That's pretty much the same thing. We just collapse everything and we just take the final version of the document and convert it into an operation that inserts this specific text um, into the history and obliterates the rest of the history. So there will be nothing before it. It will become a new first operation. And this is an optimization it's a performance optimization because as changes build up, as operations build up, it's harder and harder to iterate over entire list of operations, especially when like there's thousands of them. JavaScript is pretty fast with arrays. That's for sure. I used to write pretty complex things like audio visualizer, where there's like there are arrays of though it's binary arrays, but nonetheless, um, there are millions of records in these arrays, and JavaScript handles it pretty well. Like you can imagine high definition audio of like a couple of hours. It weighs like I don't know, 50, 100 megs, and it has a few hundred millions of tiny dots that indicate a pitch, basically. Um, and I needed to visualize a waveform. And yeah, JavaScript handles it pretty well. So yeah, but anyway, when we work with more complex data than just numbers, it's harder um, for JavaScript to operate. So I would like to keep the number of um, stored changes, stored operations to, I don't know, a couple of thousand to just make sure that it's fast. Okay. So yeah, that's what we will do. Not now. I don't know why I decided to talk about it, but anyway, for now, we just want to load a text into the page. Okay. So last time we created this OT client, and we also created. Oh, interesting. Um, huh, that's funny. No, we okay. It's exported, but for some reason we can't access it. Now we're talking. Okay, cool. So first thing we need to do is we just want to send a list of operations. Okay, so OT load event will be doing just that. So let's remove this. And what we're gonna do is just this dot OT dot history. That's it. Now on the front end, we should receive a list of operations. And yes, there's just one operation for now. We want to first process event. We don't need that and that. And we don't need that as well for now. What we want is event.data. And now we can see that we have our JSON. I don't know why there's interesting. Oh, because we already already sending the data. Okay. Yeah, by the way, I want to let's go to page and I just don't need the second text area. It gives a lot of noise. Okay. Nice. So we now have one event. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add this operation to our local OT, okay? So we need to parse the event. Interesting. So event data. message event data. Okay, so now we have process events. It should be now object. Yep, nice. So now we can switch over this object pretty easily to define different behaviors for different events. So we take event type, and for now we will have only one event, OT event load. Okay, and this .ot dot process operation const op of operations. Okay, nice. Okay, so this is for now it's any because it can be an array. We can actually change that, and for example, we can do type OT event load and data is operation list. So in this case here, oh, it's still any. And if we do so, no, it's any. Okay, cool. Yeah, so there's operations. And if we reload the page, there's no errors. So I assume that it works. So the next step would be to use this information. Let's go see where we're using this guy. Yeah, here. Yeah. So the thing is, we don't have a way to understand when new operations come in, so we can update the text. Okay, so we need something to react to changes to new operations. For that, we can do, oh, by the way, I forgot to turn on notifications. Okay. So for that, we can go to OT. here, and we can add an event listener that will tell us that something changed. Okay. Uh, let's try. So we need to react to the changes. We need to react to the changes to the text. So yeah, let's add an event listener. So for that, we want a set of listeners, a map of listeners, I guess. And we can add a listener on actually it should be the opposite. Or maybe we can just use a set because we don't have a variety of events. We can change that later. And we want to this. Um, and now, after the process operations for uh, and that's it. So what I did is I added the event listener itself plus check for the initial state. And initial is empty. That is interesting. So we definitely receive um, the event. And this is supposed to be, oh, no, we don't. That's interesting. Mm-hmm. Oh, because it's not, yeah. I'm just dumb a little. So it's not type in the data. Um, we want it to be not an event, but okay. Yeah. So yeah, and we are receiving the text, which is cool. So let's see. Let's see. We have our client here. Handle load. Yeah, and now after changing the what's going on? Yeah. So after changing the basically anything, we need to set a value of the text area. So let's do that. So node is we want this, and we want this. Okay. OT, OTC, collapse. Oh, sorry. And on subsequent, we do the same thing. Okay, cool. Now we have our text. What we don't have as is we don't process any changes from the client. Okay, so if I type whatever I want to type here, it will not do anything for me. Okay. So instead, we should collect the data that we're typing, and there are a couple of challenges. So with insert, it's pretty much self-explanatory. We have an input event, which can easily handle um, insertions. We know how to get index of the insertion using selection API and stuff like that. What's tricky will be is deletion, because we will need to compare two strings, uh, basically find a prefix that is common for both. And by this prefix, we can understand what changed between two states. So we now understand at what position in the string we deleted something and what's left, and what exactly we deleted. Yeah. So I think we will start um, with basics. We will start inserting things, and deletion comes after. Yeah. So it's 5:08 for me. I think we can do a little break before continuing. And yes, this live will be longer. Uh, if you were on a live on Wednesday, you know that it was 2 hours, but today I have a little bit more time, so it will be 3 hours. At least I'm planning to, because I really want to finish the implementation today, at least to an extent when we can see the changes going between two clients. So yeah, it will be a longer one. Hopefully, you're still kind of at least entertained, because I am. And that's actually a funny thing about these live streams. I initially decided to do these because it helps me focus. So the problem with me is that when I'm doing something, there's a moment, for example, if the text editor annoys me for some reason, I start fixing the problem right away. So even if I know that I have to focus on a specific thing that I was working on, um, I can be easily distracted from it because something triggered me. It could be, I don't know, broken autocompletion in the editor, or it could be something weird in the code that I want to fix right away. And live streams kind of put me into this stream of thought where I have to be focused because I have a topic to talk about and to show, and I can't really go um, much away from this path. And that's actually pretty cool. It was working for me, and maybe I hope so. Maybe in the future, after I build up some momentum with the streams and stuff, it will become a habit for me to um, focus when I have to focus. Maybe not, and then live streams will be this little helpful thing for me. Anyway, I enjoyed this stuff a lot, and hope you too. There's not so many to enjoy, but we have at least two people watching us on Twitch, which is nice. Say hi in the chat. Hello. So yeah. Okay, so let's make a little break. Um, I'd say 10 minutes, and then we will continue with this thing. I'm really excited about where it's going. Hopefully, it will Um, hopefully the end of this journey will be what I expected. Yeah, see you in 10. Okay, we're back. It's getting darker, so probably in a few minutes, not few minutes, but yeah, soon, you will stop seeing my face. But there's good news. I already ordered some light, so it should be better soon. And I'm going to increase the quality of audio. I'm not sure how it is right now. I will be rewatching the streams afterwards, but I ordered a microphone, so it will be much better sound on the next stream, I guess. No, not next stream. Next Sunday, it will be better. I'm not sure where the light, when the light comes, but apparently it's somewhere around the same time. So it will be much better. And also, it will be better for videos that I'm gonna make. I have a few ideas, so consider subscribing if you want to see what's coming next. Okay, so let's continue with our stuff. So first thing I need to do is I need to set up an event listener. Will be input. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a selection. I don't remember. I remember how to work that. Uh, okay, let's go here. Selection. Oh, it's document get selection. Okay. Okay, so this is our selection. And we're interested in a current range. So we will just take the first one. And let's see what it gives us. Let's clear the console. Interesting, it's 0. Oops. Oh, 61% load CPU. What's with the end offset? Also 0. Interesting. Okay. Okay. So yeah, in this case, it makes sense. So let's try something like this. Oh, okay. Now we're talking. Okay, cool. So we need to so let's see. So we need to get index we get index and -1. Okay. So now what will happen is input acts on both insertion and deletion. So we want to compare uh, we want to compare. So if current value length against previous value. So if it's longer than we inserted something, so it will be yep. So now we want to go here. Actually, let me do this. Here we want to so we want to send the message back. And the thing is, we don't want it to be we don't want it to be sent back to the same client, okay? So let's first start with inserting something. And for that, we will need a new event. Uh, okay. And I will just add an add method. And what we will do is we will use this socket send OT event data. So the operation is type, index, and string. Okay. It's actually not to JSON, it's plain JavaScript object. I don't remember why it's Pojo. Why this another O? It's a plain JavaScript object, but um, I don't know. Anyway, Pojo. So now we can send events back to the server. Let's open our client, and on messages here, we decode the buffer, and I want to create um, process event here. Like that. So now we have our JSON parsed, and we want create a new operation. So Sweet. Okay. Now we want to insert, add operations. So we take this dot ot dot process operation, uh, process operation event data. And we want then to send the operation back. Just not to confuse everybody, including myself. Okay, so how do we do that? So at this point, we need to send the information back to other clients, but we don't want to include the original sender into this. So maybe we can handle it by providing some sort of origin. That's nicely handled by the socket.io, but I don't want to waste time on this. For some reason, it just doesn't work. I haven't figured out. Maybe I will do later, but not now. So what's missing is, well, technically we can send at each operation back from here. Okay, so it should do something. And yeah, it sends events. So let's try to see if it will do anything. Um, I want to open, so it's what, 5174. One more. And I want to bring two windows together like that, side by side. So nothing happens. Um, let's see the server logs. Oh, correct. We're not handling the event anyhow. So we need one more event handler here. OT client here. And what it will take is a new operation. And return nothing. Okay. Now we want wait a second. We just have to What is going on? Okay, so I just realized that we don't need this stuff because we can listen to the OT itself, and we already do that. So let's see. No, not happening. Okay, so let's open the console on both sides here. Can I read properties of undefined reading default? Not sure what that means. Let's just see. Okay, so we don't have any events coming, or do we? Okay, so events are not getting back. Because we're stupid. Oh, okay, I'm stupid. But still no events on history change. Okay, so nothing happens. Um, okay, so what could it be? By the way, the problem here is that we are not persisting the data somewhere like in the system, so every time we reload the server, everything's lost, okay, and we start over. So ideally, we have to restart the page here and restart the page here so we can be in sync with the server until we introduce some sort of um, uh, a synchronization level. I mean persistence level layer. Okay, so what's going on here? Okay, no incoming operations. Interesting. Do we send it to the server? Oh, yes, we don't. And now we can see that it's kind of works. So, well, we see something at least. Uh, and there is a persistence layer. You can see it, for some reason, adds things to the end of the string for some reason. So let's okay, that's exciting. Um, it's not ideal by any means. It's okay, it's complete garbage, but it is something already. So let's restart the server and the pages. I need to learn how to switch um between splits in Arc. I don't know how to. Okay. So what do we have here? It inserts characters at random locations. Okay. And I don't know if it's so let's actually do I just want to see if we're doing something wrong. Okay. So collapse. Okay. So the problem here is that um, we reset the cursor. Okay. So to fix that, we need to remember the position of the cursor we had. Uh, so if selection start is greater than OT history. So we need to take the last record of the history. And now we want to say last operation index, we want our selection to shift by the length of the string. And now we want to restore the selection. Let's see. And we want to collapse. Okay, now let's see. No, it actually doesn't work here. That's interesting. That's interesting. So we actually haven't tested the typing part, okay? We tested with inserting words, so maybe, maybe, um, let's try. We need to go back to our tests. Let me close this. We will write a simple test to check if typing is correctly supported. So we have, again, our hello world, and we will be typing 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and starting at index 5, okay? That's basically how it worked now. Okay, so we need to process operation U, operation insert at index 5. So it works when we in the end of the string, right? So the only problem now is it doesn't work when we in the beginning, in the middle. So we will start typing here. So it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 at index 9. We want a space. We can actually do it smartly. And in the end, we will have, should have, um, we should have a final string to be um, something like this. Let's run this test and see. And it's not passing. Okay. Well, it's actually not. Okay. Anyway, it's okay. So it's not passing because is not deeply equal to something world, something, something, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Oh, a few comments. Let me answer those. Oh, I know who this is. Yeah, that's not a problem. Every streamer begins at 0, I guess. No, it's just one monitor. It's splits in my Vim and in the browser. It's Arc browser, so yeah, so it's basically one window. Um, and yes, it's TypeScript. Yeah, don't worry. I'm okay. Yeah, see you soon, man. Anyway, so where are we at? Okay. So now we should figure out why the operations are all this weird. So let's just check that everything else is passing. Yeah, and it does. It does. But this typing stuff doesn't work. Um, Apparently because the shift of the indexes, basically. And that's an interesting problem. Oh, I know what's happening. It's trying to preserve the index um, when there's conflict. So basically, here, when index of the second operation is greater than index of the first operation, we just increase the length, okay? So let's try our previous approach to see if that works. And no, it doesn't. Oh, okay, cool. So it does work for typing, but doesn't work for the rest of the things. So yeah, it does fail here. Let's see. Okay, so the only case where it fails is this, and it's a deletion. So I think we need to figure out deletion. So it's only deletion problem. Okay. Um, yeah, and here we just forgot that we had had an extra space here, so we can now rerun the test and it should pass. Yeah. Here we go. Now let's try. Let's reload this one and this one, and hey, here we go. It works. And I guess in this case, oh, okay. So something's really wrong here. Hmm, interesting. It works on one side, but not on the other. Hmm, that's weird. And what if I will start typing on the right side? Let's actually restart the server. Insert. Where does it come from? Okay. Hello. Oh, that's weird. Huh. Did I load it? Yeah, I did. So for some reason here, I can normally type, but here I send events to myself. That is interesting. So that's clearly the implementation issue on the WebSocket side. Uh, yeah, man, nice to see you too. Yeah, bye. Yeah, so the problem here is that now I don't know what the problem is, honestly, but it's something about the way how we send events, because you can see that we have operation here that we are not supposed to be seeing when we send events. So there must be some sort of identification for each client, so we don't send events to ourselves. Okay, so we're not supposed to receive events that we produced. Basically, yes, because it will layer up extra operations on our side. We can mitigate that by improving the algorithm itself. So if basically that's the same operation, we just cancel it. So basically we collapse operations that are exactly the same that as a previous one. And apparently we should implement that, but uh, right now I want to make sure that even on the WebSocket part, we don't send events to incorrect users. So basically we're doing a broadcast, but we ignore a person who just sent an event. For that, I will need to figure out the WebSocket and if we have. Um, oh, I know what the problem is. Let me see. I guess I know what's the issue. I'm stupid fuck. Where's WebSocket? OT client. Okay. Uh, so where do we assign client? Yes, I'm a fucking idiot. So the client is unique to a connection. So when we do that, we basically create a client, and who's the first connected will um, capture this. Um, so client on message. So we need to store clients um, and make sure that we don't send events to the clients who produce the events. Okay. Okay, so on that note, let's make a break for 10 minutes. And then I guess we will figure out the synchronization part, and it should work. Then the thing, the one thing that's left is deletion. That doesn't really work for now. Yeah. Okay. Cool. See ya in 10. All right, I'm back. Hope you too. Let me go back to the browser here to see. Oh, cheap viewers. Yeah, fuck off. So we have one viewer, and it's apparently me on Twitch, and nobody else. That's a shame. But yeah, I guess we're good with that. Anyway, let's continue. Um, so we need to, yeah. So the thing is that when I um, when I do this, I basically tie everything up to a single client, which is incorrect because the the connection returns each client for every connection, um, for each connection. So instead of that, we want um, we want it to be a set of WebSockets. Okay, and now when we process our events, we want to pass a client so essentially we want that. And now we want to process operation and somehow we need to make sure that here we are working with a correct client. So with send event, it's easy. So we just add client here, a WebSocket client, and let's rename that one for to clients. And we want to go for const C of this clients if C client continue. C send stuff. Yeah. Now, the next step would be to somehow indicate that so here we can just pass client. But here we need to somehow oh, we can actually do that. We don't care about history here. We can do it here. So we just ignore the client. We're process operation. Yeah, that's it. Okay, now let's reload everything. Interesting. Oh, okay. So, yeah, this one is a little bit different. We will not use, yeah, so here it should be a send event, but here it should be broadcast. It will have the same signature. Um, it will have the same signature, but here we are doing this, and here we're doing this. And here we use broadcast instead. And now, if we reload the page here and here, we should see the same picture. And we can... No, it doesn't work. Interesting. It still works just one way. And I'm not sure why. Will it work if I start... Okay. One more question is... Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. So the last operation was at index 62 and string O. 62. I'm curious as to um oh, wait a second. What if instead of taking a ready to use operation, because we still want to, so we just want to send event data. No, it doesn't work. And if we start here, that's interesting. That's actually interesting. Um, there's some sort of desynchronization. Um, okay, so what I'm thinking is we can try op2 pojo. We can try a different thing. So we have this process operation, but we can also add a push that will do nothing. Basically, it will just push to the history new operation. Like that. Okay. And now in the client, handle load, process operation, add event listener message operation. So yeah, here we don't want to use operation itself. Instead, we want to push. And actually, let's do like that. Now we're pushing operations instead of, we don't want to recalculate them. Oh yeah, we have to send events as well. Yep. We lost a word somewhere. Okay. So I'm not sure what happened. Hmm. Oh, I think, no, it shouldn't be that. So it, for some reason, removed previous edits. Do we store operations in our local um okay, we do, but for some reason we lose part of the history. Because we're idiots. And I want to trigger okay. Um, so we actually don't need this because we have silent now. No, we do. Um, okay, so where we are. So now the thing is, I'm again a little bit lost with what's going on. We forgot to add operations to the list. Um, Okay. And you can see that we preserve the position of the cursor, so it's always in a correct spot. Now we need to figure out deletion, because obviously it doesn't work. And we have like 20, 30 minutes, something. And I guess we can try figure out the algorithm itself. Um, I'm not sure we will be able to implement the front end part, even though it should be just fine. Or maybe we can do the front end part and see how it goes. So to understand deletion, we need to follow certain. No, done. Never mind. I'm just a little bit tired, and yeah, just telling a lot of nonsense. Um, Nobody's watching. That's okay. Okay, so we now understand how to insert stuff, but we also need to understand how to delete stuff, right? Um, so now, if else if current value is less than previous value, we need to take a common we need to um, we can approach it easily to just save some time. So the string here, we actually don't need it there. So here string is, we're taking it from a current value. Instead, we need to get it from previous value. And when we delete stuff, we also want to decrement the index. So basically we don't need, we don't need that. We just take index -1. Like that. And let's try. Let's restart the server, reload the window. That is interesting. So let's just first debug a little. And string. Client. Okay. So advent listener input. Um, oh, yeah. I must be taking it from the previous value. So if current value length less than previous value length, it means we delete something. Um, but it doesn't pick it up. Interesting. Oh, that's interesting. So previous value just doesn't exist. Um, because we're not updating it. And also, we need to so we need in the client, we also need to react to load event. And we don't have listeners here. So we can introduce a callback. Data type. Sweet. Okay. I guess we don't need already here. Like that. Okay. Now let's see if we can actually delete stuff. Almost. Because we need index +1. And that works for deleting one character. We obviously want to delete multiple. So to do that, we can do so if previous value greater, so then we need to previous value length minus current value length, like that. And um, apparently it should now work. Let's try. Almost. Hmm. Oh, okay. Interesting. Will it work with selection? Yep. Nice. That's it. And we're right on time. So now we have fully working collaborative text editor that we can utilize to build, I don't know, maybe a documentation kind of stuff. And yeah, what's interesting is, yeah, almost. Mm, yellow. Okay, so it almost works with even updating things. I'm not sure why why it did that. Anyway, it almost there. I'm super excited about it. We will polish this solution next time, and I think we can try creating something more complex with it. I mean, maybe persistence, maybe multiple documents, maybe cursor indication, because right now we don't see where another person types. Stuff like that. I will think about it till Wednesday. Wednesday will be the next stream. And yeah, pretty much like that. Yay. I'm really super excited about it. That's cool. That's actually the first time I implement something like that. Um, yeah. Thanks everyone for watching, being with me here today. And yeah, I'll see you next time.